This documentary about overcoming life's darkest moments isn't on Netflix, and that's exactly why you need to watch it. Look, I've been through my share of tough times, and I'm tired of watching feel-good fluff that barely scratches the surface. My Silver Lining documentary on elrodvinetwork.com is different. It's raw, real, and completely transformative. This isn't some glossy production designed to make you feel better for 30 minutes. It digs deep into what it actually takes to turn your pain into purpose. The storytelling is so powerful that mainstream platforms wouldn't touch it. But that's their loss and your gain. You get exclusive access to stories that will genuinely shift your perspective on adversity. I watched it 3 times because each viewing revealed something new about resilience. The convenience of streaming it on elrodvinetwork.com means you can pause, rewind, and really absorb these life-changing insights. Don't settle for surface-level inspiration when you can access something that actually moves the needle. Head to elrodvinetwork.com right now and discover the documentary everyone's missing.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Thirsty Topics. I'm Lawrence Elrod.
And I'm Meryl Climo.
Hey, Meryl, how are you today?
Good. I almost said I'm Meryl Elrod. I was like, what? I don't know you like that. Yeah. That's funny. I'm really good. How are you? How art thou?
I am doing very well. How about you?
I'm doing as well as a human could in 2026.
I can definitely understand that. Well, we definitely have a lot going on today. So I'm actually going to go ahead and let you start this one off.
Okay, great. Now, a fun fact, this is about a Southwest flight where a couple got married in the airplane aisle, blocking the bathroom access. So I think, we've all heard of destination weddings, but some people are really taking it to the next level. A couple named Tina and Roger took their love to new heights after tying the knot aboard a Southwest flight, as seen in a viral TikTok video with over 5.2 million views. In the clip, a flight attendant is heard announcing the mile-high marriage over the intercom. Tina and Roger, who quite literally walked down the aisle on this flight, and everyone on board was invited to the wedding, and so everyone did stay seated, not only because for the wedding, but just because they were on a flight. And I don't know, this is kind of cute. Like, I do feel like some ridiculous things happen on Southwest flights. I've had someone stand up and play the guitar before. Very fun fact is that I just flew Southwest, and I flew a nighttime flight, and the next morning is when they went right into their new policy of getting rid of like the group A and B and now having assigned seats. And so it was at nighttime the night before that I went on it. So the airline attendants and everything were saying, oh, you guys are some of the last people ever in 55 years to fly, like, in groups. And so we were all clapping and everything. So I feel like, Southwest is kind of fun. I would think it's so cute if people were getting married on the flight. And to me, like, as someone who is a nervous flyer, I think this would help me, like, just distract me. So as long as I could use the bathroom on it and somehow they wouldn't block my way to the bathroom, I think this is adorable. And hopefully it's like not taking longer than like 15 minutes, I think is the max. Like, we're not wanting this for an hour, but if you get up and do your thing, I think it's very cute.
I believe so too. I mean, it's a fun thing. And, if you're nervous about flying, this would kind of put a smile on your face. So,
yeah.
And then I also say kudos to the airline for allowing them to do this and, not being jerks and like, nah, sit down, no, you can't do this or whatever. So I think it was very, very positive for not only the passengers, but also the flight crew itself.
Exactly. Now, I do wonder how this works in terms of like what state you're over getting married in. If you get married in the air, is your, to make sure you're getting married. Like, I wonder if you have to be in the state that you are like having your marriage license in while you're in the air or anything.
That's a great question. Also, the other question is was there anyone on the flight that can legally officiate the wedding too?
So I know. Yeah. And Also, if you're Southwest, like, come on, now you're on the hook for giving them a good honeymoon, giving them tickets to a honeymoon. I'm like, at least give them like free drinks or something.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I would love to know if they did something pretty cool for them because, let's face it, it's great publicity for the airlines too.
Yeah. But also, wouldn't that be weird if you're the family and friends of a couple that get married? Because you're like, oh, I'm not invited to the wedding, but like every random stranger on the plane is. So I think that would actually be a very cute idea if like you had your friends and family on the flight with you, and then
Mhm.
the vacation was like the honeymoon. And you do the stuff on the plane, and then you land in like a whatever place you are in, and then like you have 1 or 2 days to celebrate.
That's true. I mean, actually, that's a great idea. I mean, invite very close family and family and friends. They think they're just going on a trip to, just have fun or whatever, not realizing you guys are getting married and you're celebrating. So
Exactly. That's
actually, I
cute.
think that would be a great idea. That would be pretty nice.
I feel like if I got married on the plane and they said, "Does anyone object?" Right in that moment, like we would get struck by lightning. And there'd be like so much turbulence that I like fly out the exit window or something.
Well, let's hope that this is good luck for them and they have a very, very long marriage.
Yeah, I think that's cute, and we should just let them do it. Let them.
That is so true. Well, talk about something to me that's not so cute. Merle, have you heard about the table surfing challenge?
No.
Well, this is very interesting. And before I start, please, please do not do this at home. Do not do this. The table surfing challenge is a highly dangerous and illegal social media trend in which participants sit or stand on an overturned folding table tied to the back of a moving vehicle, filming the stunt for viewers and likes online. The activity is incredibly unsafe as participants can be whipped from side to side and thrown off the table, leading to severe injuries or death. To give you an example of this, because some people probably don't believe me, but the trend has already resulted in tragic outcomes, including the death of a 17-year-old boy and a 20-year-old woman sustaining permanent catastrophic head injuries. I mean, I get it.
Yeah,
People
that's
want to
crazy.
challenge, they want to participate in stuff. I just don't get this. To me, there's nothing fun about this at all. I mean, what do you think, Mel?
No. I mean, I feel like more times, especially if we're not like the best athletes in the world, this is just going to most times lead to people getting hurt. And it's like, what's the upside? You either get a thrill or you get like a cool video, which I don't even think is that cool. And it's just, yeah, it's a stupid trend.
It is. And, the real bad part about these trends is that people see them. If they see it starting to go viral, people knowing how dangerous it is feels that, well, it can't happen to me. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of people that are regretting that decision.
Yep, I think so too. And I just think anything where it makes you stand on a piece of furniture or like do something that you're not doing in your normal everyday life, especially if you're not like I'm definitely not the most athletic. And so I feel like any trend that's going to make me stand on something or balance on something is like it's just not the time.
Yeah, that's true. And, it is cool to say no sometimes. Sometimes if your friends have these stupid ideas, it's okay to be like, you know what? I'm not doing this. Oh, you're a square.
Yeah,
No problem. I'll be a square. I won't be in the hospital. Um, my family won't be crying over me, but I'll be a square. That's fine.
exactly. And the next trend will be there in like a day or so. So, you could do something that's like a little bit sillier, or a prank or something.
Oh yeah. I would love to challenge people out there. When you see these silly challenges, come up with a fun challenge of your own and let us know
Yeah.
about it.
Like I love the ones too where they give someone like they pay for someone's groceries or they're like
Yes.
one of my favorite things is like they drive around cities and they yell compliments to people. And
Hmm.
like I mean like I cry every time and I think it's so cute. And like to me that one has such a bigger impact than just someone standing on a table where they like aggressively yell like your smile is beautiful. I just love that.
I would say a great challenge would be is to tell the youngster um, that you're proud of them. You know, the sad part is that there are people, even adults, that have never been told in their life, I love you, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
And those words are powerful. You know, if someone has done something that you really appreciate, someone you care about, tell them because they may not hear this. And you may be thinking, oh, they hear this all the time. No, that's not true. You know, I would love to see stuff like that go viral.
Oh yeah. And there's one creator that stands at malls and everything, and he'll see a person walk by, and then he'll be like, "I see you, like I see you in that navy blue shirt with the collar on," and like it's so cute because watching people light up, because as you said, like a lot of people just don't even get noticed in their everyday life, and like most people, I think, don't feel seen, and so when he like. He dresses them up and down. He's like, I see you in that outfit, like looking so good. And you could just see people's whole demeanor change and just become so smiley. And so to me, that's like so much cooler, and that all makes it like all of us feel good.
I agree. I agree. I can't wait to see if people listen to us because I hope they
I
do.
hope so. Well, someone that will not be table surfing at the Super Bowl will be our president, Donald J. Trump. Is it J. Trump? Yeah, I don't know. He said that he's not into it because of the halftime performers, Bad Bunny, which we already knew about, and then the newly added Green Day, which I think is hilarious because people were complaining about Bad Bunny, and then they're like, we want like an American band, and which is obviously crazy. But then they chose Green Day, who is very, very like anti Donald Trump. So he says he's anti them, and then said he's skipping this year's Super Bowl. He can't stand the performers selected for the halftime show. He's not very pleased that Bad Bunny and Green Day are chosen, both of who are big critics of the president. And his words are, I'm anti them. I think it's a terrible choice. All it does is show hatred. Terrible. Now, like, I am not someone that I'm not super into either of their music. Like I kind of like Bad Bunny more. I think Green Day gives me a little bit of a headache, but like to me, skipping you can go and just kind of be busy during the halftime show. You could just talk to people or just ignore them. You don't have to like be glued to them if you don't like them.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that's not the real reason he's going.
Yeah.
Right now, he's not very popular right now based on a bunch of stuff going on in the world,
He doesn't
especially
want
in
to
the
get
United
booed.
States. So,
Yeah.
and again, I could be 1,000% wrong, but I don't think the people playing at halftime is the real reason he's not showing up.
Exactly. And I think he doesn't, I mean, both people, maybe not Bad Bunny, but Green Day is definitely going to call him out for sure. I bet that's most of their set is like definitely saying things here and there. So he doesn't want the camera to pan to him and him have to like be sitting there while having everyone cheer while Green Day like slams him.
Well, I guess the question would be if that happened, will he be able to sit there without reacting? That's really the big question.
No, no, he'll be like grumpy. So yeah.
Yeah, we may be back to the to that Ford auto plant. We remember that one.
Oh yeah. You remember like last year caused a big, it was Kendrick last year, which
Mhm.
like, and we talked about this at length. We're like, I'm obviously, I understand, like it had a lot of impact on a lot of people. It meant, I don't want to take away that it meant a lot to a lot of people. Musically, I wasn't like, oh my God, this is like the absolute best performance I've ever seen or whatever. But like, I think we just have to remember that the Super Bowl, they're trying to please like so many people. So if it's not for us, it's okay. Like, and next year, maybe they'll choose someone that speaks more to you. Like, this performance isn't, I'm not super excited about Bad Bunny or Green Day, but like, that's okay. Maybe next year there'll be someone that like speaks more to me. And we all have to remember that it's not like all just for us personally all the time.
That is so true. And here's the reality: no matter who you put up on there, someone's not going to like them.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
so I think the best thing to do is get someone that has a mass appeal over different genres and then you have to change it out every so often. That's really the best you can do because you're right. There's no way humanly possible you're going to please every single person with who you put out there.
Yeah. And Bad Bunny is he's Puerto Rican, right? And I think that's awesome. Like, I think that's great. I feel like I'm all in favor, especially the ridiculousness that Puerto Ricos have had to go through and had stuff said about them. So like, I think that is so freaking cool. And if that makes like a whole bunch of people really proud and can see themselves in it, that makes me like, then it's worth it.
Oh, I agree. And some people need to remember Puerto Ricans are American citizens. They're not migrants. I don't know if people keep forgetting that.
Yeah. I just can't.
Well, since we're on a happy note here, I want to talk about a beautiful thing that's being done down in Florida. What all students at the Johns High School in Orlando, Florida, will be getting a full ride scholarship to Valencia College.
Wow. Wait, did you say law students?
No, high school students.
Oh, high school students. Oh my God, that's so cool. So majoring in anything, not specific, not like a certain going to college for a major or anything.
Nope, anything that's offered by Valencia College. I think that a lot of students are gonna have to make some hard choices because on the one hand you have, let's say I was looking at XYZ college, over here is free.
Yeah.
So unless you're in a specialized type situation, yeah, I think you probably want to go to Valencia College. What do you think?
Exactly. Take the free education and like invest that money. Or, I mean, the baller setup would be to like if you were still going to pay for college to try to like invest in some real estate, and then you're set for years and years. And like I just think. I don't know if it's considered a good school or whatever, but I still think you could like make the most out of your education and start, internships and working in like real life. I feel like it's so important too.
Oh, exactly. And, Meryl, I would love to see a lot more corporations do this because I think this is a great thing. Because, again, college is so expensive. I mean, a 4-year degree will cost you, depending on where you're going, anywhere from $150,000 to $200,000.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a mortgage. That's a mortgage payment, And then with the proposed changes, with for Parent Plus programs and stuff like that coming along, we need to see more of this.
Do you know why that is? Is it because of like a donor?
This documentary about overcoming life's darkest moments isn't on Netflix, and that's exactly why you need to watch it. Look, I've been through my share of tough times, and I'm tired of watching feel-good fluff that barely scratches the surface. My Silver Lining documentary on LRODTVNetwork.com is different. It's raw, real, and completely transformative. This isn't some glossy production designed to make you feel better for 30 minutes. It digs deep into what it actually takes to turn your pain into purpose. The storytelling is so powerful that mainstream platforms wouldn't touch it. But that's their loss in your gain. You get exclusive access to stories that will genuinely shift your perspective on adversity. I watched it 3 times because each viewing revealed something new about resilience. The convenience of streaming it on LRODTVNetwork.com means you can pause, rewind, and really absorb these life-changing insights. Don't settle for surface-level inspiration when you can access something that actually moves the needle. Head to LRODTVNetwork.com right now and discover the documentary everyone's missing.
Yes. In fact, this was done. Let me see. Okay, the scholarship is called Life Scholars. It's modeled after Osceola County's Prosper Initiative. And what it does is aim to increase college enrollment among Jones high school students by eliminating the barrier of cost. So on January 7th, 2026, students at Jones High Schools got an unexpected boost towards their future today. And the scholarship covers the cost of college or technical education at Valencia College. The announcement came during a school assembly where Valencia College and Orange County Public Schools leaders revealed the new program funded by a donation from Lift Orlando. That's the organization behind these scholarships.
Cool. That's so great. I feel like that's such an amazing way. Like if I was super rich or whatever, that's like such a gift that keeps giving.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, like I said, I know they show the reactions of the students. A lot of these students were just in shock, disbelief about it. And I think the school principal did a great job. She kind of emulated Oprah Winfrey when she goes, "You get a scholarship, you get a scholarship, you get a scholarship."
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. I think that's so great. And yeah, I think kids should go to it, and then the nice freedom it will have to not have any college, have any debt or whatever, and like you can always do a different degree, a master's degree or whatever, at like if you were really wanting to go to a certain school or like a Ivy
Mhm.
League or something, you can do that down the road. But I think like if I feel like take the education and travel and invest in real estate, and I feel like that's like the best investment you can make.
Oh yeah, and you're right. I think it opens up the door to a lot of students looking into, getting their master's because even if they have to get loans for the master's degree program, the big chunk of their education is taken care of.
Yeah. Yep.
So
I
that
love it.
was my
Well, now
great.
I want to go again. Okay, well, my last subject is all about, so next week maybe I'll prepare a little more in terms of there's been so much with like the ridiculous ongoing and never ending Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni. I'm sure at this point we're all sick of it, but it does get juicy when like they're leaking a lot of their text between Taylor Swift and Blake Lively. This one that I chose, so maybe next week we'll have some more kind of juicy tidbits in that way. This story this time that I wanted to talk about was actress Jamila Jamil reflected on an epic fallout from her Blake Lively text that got leaked, saying that she got death threats and everything. So, she was in the controversy because she had to hand over her phone that got her phone got taken, and then it was handed over to the lawyers, and then her texts were not only seen by Blake talking about her, but they were made public. Now, I'm sure many of us have talked about our coworkers in private of what we think is just going to be text to people, and imagine this like getting aired to everyone. Like when you text people, you never think that this is going to be seen not only by the public but like in a court of law and by the person itself. And so she did. 24 hours later, she got death threats, accusations of not being a real feminist, encouragement for her to kill herself. And so she was just like saying stuff about Blake Lively. I think she had to be in on the crazy premiere and like all the drama. So of course she's going to have some thoughts on it. And also like, why is she not allowed to say her opinion? Like we don't know what these people went through or anything. So that has to suck so bad. So at least she's talking out about it now and just saying that she's conflicted and like obviously this was kind of a unguessable situation to happen.
Yeah, I mean it is crazy, but it really kind of highlights the point that anything that you say that is written down can come back to bite you because
Yeah.
a lot of people don't know that when you get text messages, you put up your posts and stuff like that on social media, you can take all those things down, but they can be retrieved. A lot
Yeah.
of people don't know that. So
Exactly.
so you have to really think about and also if you're just everyday people, 9 times out of 10, it's not a big deal. But it's another thing when you're a high profile celebrity.
Yeah. And what's up with I mean, I think a lot of them are bots, but people like threatening death to this person. I'm like, it's so weird. It's like, then just unfollow them or don't like them. Like, why would you threaten death for someone writing about their coworker who like a lot of people seem to have stuff to say about? Like, I think a lot of these things are just like for real bots or just weird like accounts. But That's just such a weird thing that I've heard of nowadays, as people like messaging each other to like harm each other and stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, so many times, Merle, the real backstory is not the actual story itself, but the comments that you read behind what people say. And some of the stuff people talk about and what they say is just unbelievable.
I
And
know.
it's like, is this person your cousin or your best friend? I
Yeah.
mean, do you know these people?
It's so weird.
Yeah, so unfortunately, that's one of those things where, especially when, you know, there's a any kind of legal or civil case that goes into courts, it's almost like everything's on the table at that point.
Yes, this is it's so messy just with like Blake and Justin. It's like it's embarrassing like reading everyone's things, and it's like it's messy and cringy for everyone involved, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And I'm quite sure that Taylor Swift and the Taylor Swift fans do not like this situation right now either. So,
But we all feel like I would if they leaked texts between like me and my friends or whatever, it would not be good for anyone. So yeah.
yeah, I hear you. I hear you. Well, my last topic, and this one is pretty disturbing. And being that you're a comedian, Meryl, I would love to get your thoughts on this. But in December 2024, outside of Hollywood Improv Comedy Club, Corey Holcomb, which is a very popular comedian, um, allegedly decks or hits Christina Payne, who's also a very popular comedian as well.
Mhm.
The video just surfaced on social media, and it was put out by the Buzzy. So to kind of give some backstory to this, I guess after a show, whatever, sometimes the comedians they kind of roast each other outside, kind of go
Mhm.
back and forth, playful, it's no big deal. And for whatever reason, Corey Holcomb and Christina Payne got into some kind of heated discussion. Um, it's still not clear what made it heated, what they were talking about, but Christina alleged that Corey Holcomb punched her, and they went to court. He testified. He's like, "No, I didn't do anything. She hit me, et cetera, et cetera." She put a restraining order on him. He put a restraining order on her. But then I guess after this court date, that's when this tape leaked out a year later. So
Uh-huh.
now it's like, again, you don't know what's being said, but you can clearly see that they're going back and forth, and then Corey Holcomb steps up and hits her in the face. This is wrong on so many levels. I don't care
Yeah.
what the conversation was. There was no reason to put your hands up. There's never a reason to do that. And also, too, to kind of follow up with that, Christina Payne says that comedian Corey Holcomb has been threatening her and making her fear for her life.
Oh
And
my God.
watching a video that appears to show Corey punching her square in the face. There's a lot going on in this story right now, Meryl, but I would love to get your thoughts on this.
I mean, I just think it's terrible. You're right. Like, so usually a lot of times people do after comedy shows, or they'll hang out at the Comedy Store or at the Improv or at, different places. Like, that's something I love so much. It's usually really nice. And I feel like usually there's like a camaraderie and people are just hanging out and, talking whatever smack on each other, but in a funny way, and just like meeting fans and saying hi. So this is just so weird. And usually there's like a lot of non-comedians hanging out too. People are just there visiting from out of town or wanting to say hi, or they're just out for like a night for themselves. And I think, I mean, this is terrible. And it's that kind of thing that I feel like if someone is on record being violent once, there's probably a chance that this is happening a lot behind closed doors, or this is not the first time. If someone is able to like punch someone out in the world in front of everyone, I can just imagine what's happening like behind the recording. So I just think this is terrible, and I feel really bad. And especially since she said that he was bothering her like for a while and just has a history of it. It's just terrible. And we were just talking about an actress like Jamila Jamil being canceled for stuff, and it's like this is a real offense where someone does need to get canceled and like have their be talked about and have it known that they're like this.
Yeah, that's true. And again, I don't know, if there was something he didn't like that was said. Corey Holcomb does get a lot of heat for a lot of his comedy because a lot of women feel it's offensive. It's very disrespectful. But comedy is one of those things where a lot of good comedians kind of struggle that line, as they say.
Yeah.
And I know there was a video and it's an old video that him and Tiffany Haddish put out. That was to me a very disturbing video.
Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's not a stranger to controversy, but I think it's one thing to tell jokes and this and that. It's another thing to put your hands on someone.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I just think that, I mean, like the fact that it's a woman, of course, that's even crazier, but just any sort of punching and violence, I feel like that's a clear sign that like that person needs an intervention and help, and probably because they're probably dealing with a lot of demons in one way or another, whether it's like addiction or anger issues or whatever. So I mean, I know if I was like a club owner, I probably wouldn't book that person for fear of just what they would do.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, allegedly, he went to court and testified that he didn't touch her. Now, here's a question that I would love to find out from legal advocates is, does this open the door to perjury on his side? Because he testified allegedly that he did not hit her.
Yeah. Honestly, I think yes.
Punching her in the face. So I would love to know, does that perjury situation open up? Because of the fact that they could prove you lied. I mean, what do you think, man?
I think 100%. I think it should be counted as that. Absolutely. Just the same way that we talked about last week about having video footage of certain events and being gaslit about it, whether it happened or not. It's like, there's nothing I love more than just footage of things actually happening that is like indisputable.
That's true. So we'll see if anything else comes out of this. But I would say that Corey probably needs to make sure he keeps his attorney on retainer right now.
Yep.
Well, that was a lot in that episode.
That was fun.
Well, speaking of fun, Meryl, what do you have coming up?
Well, first off, at my comedy shows, you can guarantee that if you catch me outside after, I'll be hugging people and high-fiving people. There will be maybe I'll punch myself in the head after some of my sets, but other than that, the people that I hang out with too are all very nice and very lovey-dovey. So if you come to any of my shows, you'll be safe. I'm going to promote a really fun one I have coming up Friday, February 13th. It's like a Galentine's show. So me and two or three other female comics in Santa Barbara. So it's at a winery in Santa Barbara called La Leaf in Santa Barbara. So it's at a winery, female comics that are funny, and it'll be really fun. It's a nice vibe. And if anyone's around the Santa Barbara area, just come on out.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
It should be really fun. And the worst we'll be doing is drinking a glass of wine and like crying about our exes or something. So that's as violent as I get.
Well, this has been a great episode, everyone. And I really appreciate you watching and supporting us. Support both me and Meryl, and also listening to us on our podcast. Please continue to tell people who we are, share when you can, and continue following us. I'm Lawrence Elrod.
And I'm Meryl Climo.
Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Yay. Bye-bye.
This documentary about overcoming life's darkest moments isn't on Netflix, and that's exactly why you need to watch it. Look, I've been through my share of tough times, and I'm tired of watching feel-good fluff that barely scratches the surface. My Silver Lining documentary on lrodthenetwork.com is different. It's raw, real, and completely transformative. This isn't some glossy production designed to make you feel better for 30 minutes. It digs deep into what it actually takes to turn your pain into purpose. The storytelling is so powerful that mainstream platforms wouldn't touch it. But that's their loss and your gain. You get exclusive access to stories that will genuinely shift your perspective on adversity. I watched it 3 times because each viewing revealed something new about resilience. The convenience of streaming it on lrodthenetwork.com means you can pause, rewind, and really absorb these life-changing insights. Don't settle for surface-level inspiration when you can access something that actually moves the needle. Head to lrodthenetwork.com right now and discover the documentary everyone's missing.